Aquarius, welcome to your reading. Thank you to those of you who have sent well wishes for me. I am slowly but surely recovering. My voice does still sound a little bit off, so please excuse me for that, but here we go. Let's get your message, Aquarius. Aquarius placements. What do you need to know at this time? Please and thank you. Only take the messages that resonate. Spirit, tell me about Aquarius and what they need to know the most at this time. Messages for Aquarius. Let's go ahead and get straight into this. Spirit, tell me about Aquarius and what they need to know at this time. Ten of coins in the reverse. Three of coins in the reverse. There could be some sort of discord. This could be amongst the family group. There's something that is not coming together. Something's not gelling very well between a group. This could involve yourself. Some sort of discord. Family discord. The Hanged Man. The Judgment. The Temperance. The Emperor in the reverse. The Two of Wands in the reverse. And the Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Justice card. Aquarius, you could have been trying to upkeep a situation. This could be a family dynamic here, and you feel like something has just gone too far. Something is out of your control. You could definitely be in the vibe of throwing in the towel because you feel like something isn't working for you. This could involve multiple people, and you could definitely be adopting an energy of protecting your peace, yes, but definitely wanting to maintain some sort of balance in a very chaotic scenario or a situation. You could also feel like you don't agree with someone here. This could be an Aries that you don't agree with, or a Sagittarius for some of you. But it's almost like, okay, well, I'm just gonna stay to myself, or I'm going to maintain my own peace. I don't agree with what's going on around me, but at the same time, there's not much I can do to kind of change it. Again, this could be a family dynamic. You could be dealing with a father figure, a mother figure. This could be an authoritative in the family that you don't agree with, something that's going on in the background or around you. You could also feel like someone is causing problems in a household and something just isn't together. I just get some sort of I want to say fragmented energy. Something is broken, and it's almost like you may be adopting the energy of, I can't fix this. Five of Swords. Seven of Wands. Someone wants you to hear them out. If you fell out with someone really wants you to hear them out. This is like, forcefully listen to me. Someone really wants you to hear them out. And you could be avoiding someone, or you may just be in an energy of not really doing too much towards someone, and it's making them kind of frantic to kind of get a message to you or want you to listen to them. Somehow getting a message to you or talking to you is important to this person. This could be an apology. This could be somebody who's pleading for you to hear them out in order for them to apologize for something that may have gone down here. This could be a conflict. This could also be somebody who wants some sort of I want to say forgiveness. Four of Cups in the reverse. Seven of Coins. The Lovers in the reverse. Something is broken. I just keep getting the energy of something is broken. Aquarius, you could have been trying to fix something in a situation that was just far too fragmented. And I gotta tell you, like, I don't know if you was trying to hold it together when other parties needed to be doing their part as well. And you may kind of have been put into a situation where you feel like it's out of your control because it takes more than one person to make something right. It takes cooperation, and there's no cooperation in a situation, and you may have established this, hence the reason why you've fallen back, or you are not trying to invest in something. I feel like someone still wants your input, but there's kind of like an energy of, well, what's the point when it always goes back the same? Or what's the point where, you know, it's out of my control, something is bigger than you, you know? And you could be definitely coming to the conclusion that something is too far gone or it can't be fixed. But there's definitely someone here who wants you to still be around, to still give to something, invest in something, believe in something even, I want to say, with some sort of blind faith when you know otherwise, that, okay, I've tried to do that and it's not really working out. What's the Three of Coins in the reverse? King of Swords in the reverse. High Priestess. The Page of Wands in the reverse and the Magician. You have a lot to say and you're not saying anything. This could be anger. Some of you could be trying to temper telling someone how you really feel because it won't look nice. It won't be pretty. You are keeping a lot to yourself at this time, how you feel. This could be emotions, but more so than that, I feel like you could be very angry with someone and you're trying to adopt a way of channeling that anger or putting it into positivity, manifestations, things that are going to be beneficial for yourself. This looks to me as though you know that something could get worse and you're not trying to be the one to make it worse. It looks like keeping the peace, but more so than that, it's like transmuting the energy. So whatever transpires with the feelings that you feel, this could be animosity, this could be anger, flat out peed off with someone and the way that they've been going on. This could be about lack of communication. This could be about lack of cooperation within a dynamic that you feel things should be working a lot more smooth. And it's kind of the energy of, okay, I need to transmute this energy, because if I don't, and if it festers, then it's going to turn into something that's more ugly than what it is now. Ten of Swords in the reverse. Knight of Wands in the reverse. You're not trying to do something that you will regret. I feel like this is a very fragile topic, especially if this is to do with family and a conflict with the Five of Wands. You're trying to dispel some sort of chaos rather than add fuel to the fire. And I feel like I'm talking to an Aquarius who's trying to tread lightly, but at the same time not get too heavily involved. It's kind of being on the outside of something that you know is very chaotic, but not trying to add fuel to the fire. You possibly feel the way that you do about things. You have a lot of opinions that you're keeping to yourself right now. And it's kind of like the energy of, okay, leave me out of it. Okay, you deal with it, leave me out of it. But someone still wants you to be involved. And I just kind of get a withdrawal from you, a big withdrawal. Eight of Wands in the reverse. You may have stopped even speaking to someone, communicating with someone. Somebody could feel like you're hiding a lot. This could be somebody who senses that you've got a lot to say and you've kind of stopped saying it, especially if you were somebody to be opinionated in the past or contribute where it comes to you telling people how you feel or explaining things. That is something that is not happening right now from you. And there you are, the Stars in the reverse. You're giving up on something, Aquarius. And I feel like someone can feel you slipping away. And it's almost like, okay, I need to try and get this person to not slip away. But they are. And I can't do very much about it. Someone could feel like they're losing you. And when I say losing you, this could just be your involvement in a group. This doesn't have to be that this is a lover. It could well be for some of you. It could be that. I see heavy family discord, family dispute, family discord. You could have been the peacekeeper in a situation and you're just kind of feeling like, okay, well, I'm going to keep my opinions, my thoughts to myself. I feel the way that I do, but it's not really going to be useful for me to offload and to say all of this. Why has this come out, please, for Aquarius? The Tower. The Four of Swords. Two of Swords in the reverse. Five of Coins. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. And where's Aquarius on this? The Devil. Nine of Coins in the reverse. Aquarius, this looks to me as though somebody wants you to stick around. Whether this is within a dynamic of a group or whatever have you. I feel like there is something that is going on that's bigger than you. You may have tried to tackle it or tried to shoulder a lot of it where it comes to fixing. You could have adopted the role of the fixer, and it's just not down to you to fix predominantly by yourself. Okay, it takes more than one person to make things work, and I feel like if other people are not contributing to that, which you may have definitely have picked up on from what I'm seeing, you are kind of right to kind of, you know, throw in the towel where it comes to trying to fix something when no one else is putting in the work. Okay, sadly. I feel like you feel very strong emotions towards a situation. You have a lot of opinions. Again, there's a lot of possibly not the best energy that you feel towards a certain scenario, even a certain person that you could maybe not be talking to too much right now. And it's starting to affect you. And you could be picking up on the fact that you are starting to be affected energetically from a discord or from some sort of chaos that could be going on around you. And it's not putting you in a good space. And you're aware of it. Hence the reason why you need to withdraw. There's a bigger reason why someone is withdrawing, and I feel like it's the effect that it's starting to have on them. You may not like how something is making you feel. You may not like what's going on around you, and therefore it's like, well, being so heavily involved in this is kind of amplifying those feelings within you, and you're realizing that withdrawal seems to be and feel a lot better than being too mixed up in what's going on, especially if this is to do with an argument, a family dispute where it's out of your control. Okay, I see an Aquarius demoting themselves from being the fixer of a whole family dynamic or a drama of some kind, chaos. And it's just not your responsibility to solely fix by yourself. And you may feel like other people are not pulling their weight around you to fix something that should be fixed. I do feel like you may have someone kind of trying to storm into your energy. And when I say that with the Tower and the Four of Swords, you definitely could be more reserved. You could be concentrating on what you need to, your responsibilities. I feel like someone really wants your input. I feel like someone really misses your input. It's almost like you adopting the role of fixer, you putting it all down and saying, I'm not going to do this anymore. And then the people around you or someone specific around you who you're dealing with kind of like looks round at you like, why are you not standing here fixing it? Why are you not? You always do that. And it's a shock to someone that you are not doing that anymore. I feel like it's a shock to someone's system, and I feel like they want that back. Whoever this is to you, this could be a mother figure, a father figure, a sister, a sibling. This could be an authoritative of the family, but you don't agree with all of these. It's like you don't agree with what this person is doing. You may even feel like the conflict is being amplified by this person. So it's like, well, why am I trying to fix it when you just come along and knock it down? I feel like you're becoming very clear on a scenario. And it's not going to stop someone from trying to get you back into a situation that may end up being exactly the same. I feel like something is very fragmented. Advice. Nine of Swords and the Five of Cups in the reverse. Don't sacrifice yourself, especially if you are feeling them heavy emotions that you're trying to get a handle on. You're trying to transmute energies at the moment, and I understand that. Chariot card. Don't stay anywhere that you don't feel the best. Don't stay anywhere that is compromising your love of self or the energy that you are transmuting for yourself in your own individual circumstances, especially if that's being compromised in a way. Again, I just get an energy of you feeling like something's consuming you, or something is getting a bit too much where it comes to overspilling into your own personal circumstances in life. This could be like feeling falling into bad habits. This could be procrastination. This could be not putting the energy that you need to into your work, your studies, yourself. You know, this could be anything like that. And I feel like something is starting to consume you mentally, and you can feel it. You can feel it consuming you. You're very self-aware, whoever you are. And I just feel like because of that self-aware energy, it's making you withdraw, because you're kind of withdrawing from anything that is not feeling natural to you. You're withdrawing from anything that is not changing. You're withdrawing from things that are too chaotic and just not your circus, not your monkeys, basically. Not my circus, not my monkeys. It's like deciphering what's your responsibility and what isn't. And I see you being able to put some sort of fresh energy into yourself because of this transmutation of energy. If this is a family dynamic, I do still feel like something is very fragmented. And I feel like that is going to be something that maybe other people are going to have to sort out around you. And this could be without you there. Even if this person is trying to get you to be involved or be the fixer or diffuse a conflict here. 9 of Swords. A lot of stress. Hermit. Yeah, you may not even be talking about the stress that you feel. You could feel very much so that you are backed in a corner, or you are very stressed out, and that needs to end with the Death card. You could be changing that, changing your mindset. Something could really be affecting you, and you're just kind of trying to go towards the light, and there's something that is not of the light at the moment that's happening around you. You're trying to make good decisions for yourself. Maybe you feel like you've been neglecting yourself or neglecting your own values, or something that's going on around you is having an effect on that and your success. I feel like you may have dragged your feet with ending something. Something could have had you caught up. Maybe you felt like you was obligated to something, or you felt like it was your responsibility. You may have definitely have shouldered some sort of responsibility that you could have struggled to get away from with the Devil cards. And it just could just be a family tie. You feeling like because it's family that you've got to kind of, you know, do it, or you're obligated to do it, or something here about you taking on the role of being responsible. And it's kind of, the devil energy has come out again. And I feel like this is your thought process. I feel like this is what's been consuming you. Because the devil could be obsessive thoughts. It could be negativity. It could be anger. Really amplified feelings of fear. It's all of that. All of those things. And I feel like that has been plaguing you. And you're realizing that you don't like that feeling. 5 of Wands, yeah, and you kind of want to move away from some sort of ongoing conflict, kind of leaving it alone. 7 of Swords in reverse. You may be realizing that it is more peaceful to kind of stick to yourself. Ace of Pentacles, and that's what's going to invoke a change. Yeah, these people, Justice, leave them to figure it out. Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups, family dynamic, most definitely for a lot of you. Ace of Wands in the reverse. Something needs to be dispelled, almost knocked down and started again. 7 of Pentacles, something needs to be rebuilt. That Emperor in the reverse. I don't know what type of authoritative, could be a little bit narky energy here, controlling. It's not working. You could very much know that there's an Aries, a father figure, a mother figure, a patriarch, matriarch, a head of a family that is wrong. And it's like, okay, Chariot card in the reverse. Nothing's going to change with the 4 of Cups if this person doesn't wake up to the change that they need to make. Something needs to be made right. And I feel like in your departure, I feel like something is going to be balanced out. I feel like emotions need to be reviewed in a scenario. Perspective needs to come where it comes to a mindset shift of someone. Tell me about this Emperor in the reverse. The Chariot card in the reverse. Someone's very stuck in their ways here. 3 of Wands in the reverse. And it's causing a delay. for something to be resolved or some sort of love to be brought back into the situation. This could have been a very loving group of people if this is family, and it's just kind of turned very fragmented and very broken, very toxic. And I feel like someone needs to kind of be reminded, that's not your job, by the way. Someone needs to be reminded about their soft side, not having to control something all the time, not having to feel like they've got to assume dominance over the group, or dominance in a way. Like someone is heavy-handed with the way that they deal with things, and I feel like it's just prolonging some sort of fragmented energy within a dynamic. Knight of Swords. Somebody could go off at the mouth very often, and they don't think about what they say. I feel like eventually something will heal, but someone needs to walk away from some sort of defense, ego even, and that's not your job. I keep saying it's not your job because you're kind of loosening the grip on this. I feel like that's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. King of Swords, that's you. Empress, this definitely could be something to do with mothering energy. Yeah, Hierophant, the lead of the family. I feel like it's kind of like looking at someone. I don't know why I'm getting this so strongly. It's kind of like looking at someone as though you're supposed to be the one that we follow by example. You're supposed to be the one, you know, and people are going to do what they're going to do at the end of the day. No one's perfect, okay? We all have improvements. So this is not putting so much onus on just one person. It's everybody's responsibilities to do their part, whether that's to keep bonds together, whether that is to maintain certain relationships that we have around us, family, friends, whatever it is. We all have a responsibility. Sometimes other things get in the way. Sometimes people have other things to deal with. That needs to be taken into consideration as well. People get overwhelmed. People get ill. People get, you know, there's all sorts of things that can be chucked on the path. But I feel like what this is saying is it's like you're looking at someone as though you are the leader of this. You are someone who is, we're following you. I don't know if there's an age difference or you're referring to someone who is older than you, a senior of some kind, a head of a household, patriarch, matriarch, father, mother, auntie, whoever you would regard as the head of the family, if you like, and you don't agree with you possibly don't even agree with their values. Possibly you're realizing that, okay, so say you grew up and being influenced in a certain way, okay, and then you get to a certain age where you start to develop your own beliefs, and then you start to kind of look around at what's around you and what's been instilled in you, and you start to question things. That could be a stage that some of you are getting to where you don't actually agree with, or you're starting to develop your own opinions about things, your own beliefs, and you're very much in the energy of trying to live by those beliefs, and it may be conflicting where it comes to how you've always done it or how other people have instilled it in you. And that could even be where this conflict stems from. Okay, talking too fast. It's like you're looking at someone as you are the head, so you know something needs to change. And this could be about your mother. This could be about your father. This is about leadership. This is about taking responsibility. And you're really realizing that it's not your job to fix people. It's not your job to fix bonds that maybe you're not even breaking, but you assume the level of fixer, something like that. It looks heavy family dynamic. I can't lie to you. I do see this healing in good time, but I don't feel like you're the one that's going to heal it. And I feel like it will heal in your departure. You will have to leave the situation, which I feel like a lot of you are doing, in order for this to come together. So I'm not saying that, you know, these people are out of your life forever, especially if this is family. But there's definitely something here about you needing to protect your mind, your psyche. Because I'm telling you, the way that energy overspills sometimes into our own lives, especially when there's conflict closely linked to us that we're trying to not be a part of, it has an effect. And this could be like the energy that you are realizing that you don't like. Something's consuming you and you're trying to release yourself. I do see that happening, but don't expect people not to chase you and people not to get you involved in a way. have you back where, you know, they feel comfortable where it comes to you being that person that is to fix. Okay. What did I do with the other part of this deck? Oh, it's there. Aquarius, I love you. If you like how I read, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. But until next time, sending you love and light. If you're interested in a personal, please do email me, blackbutterflydiamondtarot@gmail.com. I need to switch off this heater because it is burning me right now. I was cold and now I'm hot. Oh, guys, I love you. Take care. Have a good day. Mwah.